Kaka, let me ask you this question. When the pandemic happened, most of us couldn't go out and meet our clients. What is something that you worked on to improve your business?
Am I answering now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, after the pandemic happens, right? I mean, like, it was very new to me. And obviously, I was very, very scared during the first week. Because, like, you know, like in our line, we have to see people every day.
Yeah.
But now it's like we totally have to stop ourselves from going out to see people. Then I also have this kind of thinking that how am I going to close cases whereby I couldn't actually see people in person.
Yeah.
Then I think I start to learn how to actually adapt myself to technology with all this Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
I think initially it's very, very tough, but then it's somehow they give me the opportunity to even be more productive.
Did your clients accept Zoom immediately?
When I actually call them, right, because somehow a lot of my clients also started doing this Zoom activity with their company.
Okay.
Yeah, even with their staff, even with their business partner. So I asked them whether or not it's comfortable for them to do Zoom with me. Because I said that if let's say you're not comfortable, I don't mind even going to your house. But then my clients are scared, you know. They say that, Kaka, you know, insurance agent always see people.
So you're ready to take risk of going to their house?
Yes, I was thinking that it's fine, you know, because, you know, most of my clients have kids at home. So those people who have kids, normally they are more aware about the virus. They are more careful. So
yeah, but
for
don't
me,
you
it's
think
like
kids are easier to spread the virus, huh?
I know, but I mean, like, I think some kind of show a sincerity to them. Like, I don't mind to go to your place, you know, if you want to have an understanding about insurance, I can do until that kind of extent. But then they say, it's okay, let's just do Zoom because it's pretty much convenience. And one thing I like about it is that if through Zoom, right, you do not need to actually doing it during working hours. You can even doing it like after the kids all sleep. Then the parents actually have a lot of times, you know, free times that nobody can disturb them.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they get sitting in their pajamas and they're comfortable, right?
Yeah, sometimes, you know, they feel very comfortable. Then, okay, Kaka, let's share with me. And sometimes can go up to like 12 a.m. to even 1 a.m. in the morning. And they're totally fine about it. Then I can see that they're very, you know, they don't get disturbed like all those like phone calls from the, you know, works, that sort. So I feel like it's better for, you know, like our lines, like really can get their full attentions.
Interesting. Kinson, I know that there was not a very major lockdown in Hong Kong. So what changed for you when this whole pandemic started?
I started to use telephone to sell the policies. Even I changed my target of making appointments to making how many phone calls a day.
Yeah, so how many phone calls were you making per day?
Usually I set 12 appointments a week to finish my work for my target. Okay, so I'm trying to making a reasonable call or make sense, meaningful call to replace my normal interviews.
Okay. The reason why I was asking Kinson is because, you know, a lot of us have stopped making phone calls, right? Usually our secretaries make the phone calls, they fix our appointments. So now you are making phone calls and trying to sell on the phone.
Yeah, I usually I'm making a WhatsApp to them first and send them some materials I think useful for them. And then I will ask them, can I have a quick chat with you? Someone will say that, okay, let's have a quick chat on which day, around which time. So before I go to have the phone call with them, I will send the materials related to them to see about and explain the materials that I need to explain to them. And then we're doing the interview like over the phone. Or sometimes I will ask them whether they might to have a Zoom. But I found that they easier to accept to have phone call first. And for deeper explanation, they like to have a Zoom. And sometimes if they find that, okay, it's fine to have to meet, then we'll finally meet and settle all the documents.
Agreed. Because that's what I've also noticed, that what's happened is I usually send them some messages on WhatsApp or email, and then it continues with a phone call. And if the phone call makes more sense, it goes on to becoming a Zoom call to kind of finish the paperwork and close the case. And that's the process that I noticed is also for myself. Brilliant. Cynthia, what about you? So what changes did you see to your practice after pandemic started?
think the first week was interesting. I took it as a break. I slept. I gave my secretary 1 week off. I let them take leave and do the good stuff. So, and also because the kids were all at home, and I have 3 kids, so we were busy trying to find computer, laptops, iPads, and took me a while because all the Apple stores were full, and then we couldn't find any laptops and iPads. Then after 1 week, I realized I was too happy being at home, and it felt
felt good, huh?
it felt a bit unreal, you know, from a very, very busy schedule, and I was totally slacking and feeling too happy, you know what I mean? Too happy.
Yeah.
So I called up a few of my clients. I just chat with them. Hey, are you at home? How's things? You know, how's things with the kids? Do you have computer? I mean, not every family is lucky enough to have enough computer or even iPad for the kids.
True.
So the sad thing was, I think some parents even had to share their work laptop with the kids. And that was some of the struggles we had in the first 1 or 2 weeks. And then after that, I realized, you know, there wasn't a good way for me to trigger some conversation. So what I did was I created a broadcast list. And then I sent out actually whatever news I thought that day that was interesting. So like maybe, for example, Sanjay, today I just sent you the part where Donald Trump and got COVID, right?
Got tested positive, yes.
Yep.
So I just broadcast to my clients. I see who replies to me. Right? So that was a trigger. And then they will ask me, oh, so what does that mean for the market? You know, how does it mean for my investment? Is it good to buy or sell?
So it actually came in our family group. And so we have a family group, and a lot of my guys in our family are into investments and banking and financial services. And very interesting that's the exact conversation that everyone's having. What is the impact it's going to have on the market? Will there be a succession of power? Will there be a temporary president since he is indisposed and in quarantine? So, okay, interesting.
During the pandemic, I see who replies to me. And then immediately I set an appointment on Zoom. So just like maybe this afternoon I send out the broadcast, I already set up 6 appointments next week just to discuss portfolio. So that was what got me through. It was always a trigger, either a news or some additional information. And then from there, I try to start a conversation and then I link it up to Zoom.
So right now, I understand there is a new change that is coming specifically in Singapore that's on CareShield.
Yes.
Yes. So what have you done to kind of adapt to that?
Okay, so the interesting part about CareShield is it is launched yesterday, 1st October.
Yeah.
In fact, up until now, everyone is still trying to get a license for all the different insurers that we are looking at. Interesting thing was, it is the first time we are looking at a whole cohort of 300,000 people suddenly being eligible for a government insurance. So what happens previously was that only when you turn 40, you're eligible to buy this thing called Elder Shield. So every cohort is about 30 to 35,000 people, right? But because now it has extended all the way back from when you are 30 up to you are 40, that means 10 cohorts worth of people, easily 350,000 people are looking to buy CareShield Life.
Got it.
Right. So we are starting webinars on an educational level and then inviting people as young as their 30s to come in and listen to what this is about. Because last time we used to joke that it's called Elder Shield. So sometimes we always say, so this is your certificate to elderhood, means at 40, you are eligible for old man insurance.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I know. Sometimes, you know, the way they name a product,
yes,
it kind of it creates either a different type of perception towards a product. For example, like, you know, when they created the critical illness product, they've named it so pathetically that they call it critical illness, that when I go to someone and say, I think you should buy critical illness, they're like, you know, it's just such a useless question. I mean, why do I want to buy critical illness? You know, why not just name it something a lot simpler, like income protection due to illness, right? Make it sound good. So that's the same thing that I saw with Elder Shield. Is like, as soon as someone says, I think you need to buy Elder Shield, you're like, shit, I'm that old now.
yes.
So I understand that. And it's interesting to see how a small change in Singapore is going to affect so many people at the same time. Guys, the reason of, like I said, now this is just a sample of one question. Do you see how much interesting a conversation that we've just had? We learned something about, okay, broadcast lists, something that Cynthia said. Kinson talked about the phone call. Kaka spoke about, late night Zoom calls. So all of us got to learn something new today just by sharing it. These are the questions. So you do these subconsciously. You do these without even thinking, because that's what you feel is correct, right? But when we do a Q&A like this, it allows you to kind of explain to yourself what is the strategy that you're actually trying to use. You see, now today you have more clarity on your own strategy just by talking about it. And that's the whole thing, that this purpose is more, yes, this is going to be beneficial to whoever listens to it, but it's equally beneficial to each one of us, because we get to explain things about what we do and why we do it and know whether we are justified or not. So you will either feel you're more confident, or you will say, wait a second, I think there might be a better way to do this. So I'm glad that the four of us get to share this platform together.